Hi, everybody. This is Karen with Spiritual Intuitions, and I'm here for basically a talk. I'm going to do some readings after I talk to you about this new full moon coming up in Capricorn. I was just listening to a really powerful video on YouTube from a woman. Her channel is Cosmic Consciousness with Kassia. Kaisa? I don't know. And I resonated a great deal with what she was saying, and I highly encourage you to go check it out in the format that she put it. But I took notes as I was listening about points that I wanted to communicate to you that came through to me. They may be a little bit different than what she's saying, or they may be not different, but I wanted to share because I feel it's very important about this full moon. So the first thing I want to let you know is that I am not an astrologer, and I'm just going with what vibrates with me, what resonates about what it is that she said, and I'm sharing that with you. So I leave it to you for your own discernment about what it is that vibrates with you. I hope that what I'm saying or some part of this video will be helpful to you. Okay. So also please click the like button so that the channel gets circulated. I'd appreciate that, and share and comment. Okay, so Saturn is the ruling planet of Capricorn. Capricorn is what the full moon is going to be in, and Capricorn is about being the boss, being the authority. It rules over big governmental structures, as well as any type of leadership position, like the father of the family, the male. It has to do with power. So it says, so my notes, I'm going to just read some of it. It says, this full moon, is going to empower us to take responsible action. So assuming that there are things that, for example, we know that we know, like I know my name is Karen. There are things that we know that we don't know, like I don't know how to make calculations like a nuclear scientist. And then there are things that we don't know that we don't know. And that is the realm that this full moon is taking effect in. And she said it would last all the way through January of 2025. So this is the beginning of this energy coming in. It's a culmination of a long-term events that have happened for years that are coming together for completion in our lives, both individually and as a collective in general. Like you'll see this happening, culminations, endings, tying up of things, taking responsibility, balancing things out. This is happening not just for the individuals, it's also happening on a bigger level, on the governmental level, on the worldwide level. And as far as the things that we don't know, that's where we have our biggest possibility for growth, okay? I don't know, some of you may have seen, I'm sure most of you have seen pictures of a water with a little mountain sticking up, a little tip of a mountain sticking up, but the most of the mountain is beneath the water, and that's supposed to represent our subconscious. Well, that's the part that we don't know that we don't know. That's what this full moon is dealing with. And it's dealing with it specifically regarding authority. How is authority happening in our lives, in the collective's lives, on an individual and a group level? How do we give our power away? Who has our power? What were we taught about authority? What ways do we trust authority that is external to ourselves? Because this new age of Aquarius is really about the goddess energy, which is an internal energy, and looking within to find the answers, looking within to find the authority of what a thing is. of a truth of a thing. It's about looking in. It's a feminine goddess energy, where what we're moving out of is a very external masculine energy, where we were taught to look outside of ourselves for authority. We put our authority in doctors. We put our authority in religion and priests and preachers. We put our authority in anything that is outside of us, to just hand over the power, to say, okay, they know better than we do. And now this age that we're moving into, this goddess, where this goddess is rising, this goddess energy is rising, it's becoming more incumbent upon us to look within and pull those answers from within and take back our power, take back the truth of who we are, because we have been living in fear, false evidence appearing real. We've been living a lie. We've been living, majority of us, in illusion. And you may not agree with that, and you don't have to, but just consider there may be some things that you don't know, like the water that you swim in, the water that we live in, the air that we breathe. We cannot see the air that we breathe, but we know it's there, just like we can't see the things that are influencing our subconscious. But there is ample agreement that those things are there. So the question is, who put them there? Are they serving us? And how do we get what's not serving us out of the way so that we can be fully who we are, truly in our divinity and our highest potential? That is the question. So let's see, what else do I have here? Okay, I wrote, where in our shadow conditioning are we allowing or promoting or creating a lack of authority over our lives? So it may be that you were conditioned to give your power to your parents or to your tribe, your family, in terms of their values, and not going against what it is that they believed and stood for. It may be that you were conditioned to give your power to educational institutions, and you think that because you go to school and you get a doctorate degree, that means something way more about you intrinsically than it does about someone else in terms of who you are hierarchically on the ladder in terms of value, which is a misnomer. It is a misunderstanding. It is not, because we all have intrinsic value, and no matter the amount of education we get, that doesn't increase our intrinsic value as human beings and the right to have sovereign over ourselves and come to our own conclusions and live our own truth from within and have that impact the earth as we contribute our gifts, as we give our God-given gifts to the world, versus going from without and pulling something in and then giving it to the world, which is what education does mostly in the world today. There are some institutions like Maharishi University that teach the completely opposite, that we learn from the inside out, but not most institutions. Okay, so I hope you're still with me. It says, what will we assist in clearing? And okay, so now let's see. Look at things repeating and okay, so what we want to do is, this has been, like I said, a long process. It has been years that we've been learning to divert our attention back to within. So the 2020 pandemic was an opportunity for us to do that, but it was a forced opportunity for us to do that. We had no choice because we had to stay in. We had to look at ourselves. And for a lot of us, what we saw we didn't like. We learned that we couldn't stand being with our partners. A lot of people got divorced. A lot of people broke up. There was a lot of domestic violence during that time because people were forced to take a look at what it was that they were dealing with and who they were. So it's things like that. When the external factors start to cause pressure on you to make you uncomfortable, try not to resist that so much, but to take it as an opportunity to go within, so that you could figure out, where is it that I could take my power back? Where is it that I have given my power away? Where is it that I'm wounded and I'm reacting in a way that doesn't create what it is that I want in my life? You know, where is that? So they want you to allow, and this is what came to me, awareness, vulnerability to the messages from your intuition. Allow truth over wounding, over our wounding. And when I talk about allowing truth over wounding, that means having the courage to face your fears, having the courage to face what you don't know, because that's where the boogeyman is. That's where we've been conditioned to stay away from. But that is what keeps us trapped in a paradigm that does not serve us. That is what keeps us enslaved. That is what keeps our consciousness small. And so we don't know how big we are. We don't know how powerful we are, because we pay more attention to the fear than we do to the authentic self, to the internal. So where circumstances start to happen that make us so uncomfortable that we have no option but to look within, to redesign ourselves, to look at the wounding, to go in and to allow ourselves to accept and forgive and heal our woundings, no matter how they came about, whether we created them or whether we allowed them or whether we promoted them. You know, society does a great job of programming us. That's what school is for. I would say, this is my opinion. That's what religion is for. I would say, as Karl Marx said, religion is the opium of the people. It keeps you blinded to a certain extent. I'm not religion banging. I'm not. But I am saying that there is something in terms of your God self, your sovereign self, that is more powerful than anything that any external person, place, or thing could give you. And you could only get that when you pay attention to your intuition and when you go within, when you take the time to listen to what God is trying to say to you directly. And be brave enough to look at it. Be brave enough to put on your big boy pants, your big girl pants, and go with it and see where it takes you. Because, I mean, what do you have to lose? We're here in the age of Aquarius, in a changing paradigm and a changing energy on this planet to create legacies. We're here to break down the old and bring in the new in a way that is powerful, in a way that is unique, in a way that has not been done in our lifetime. The goddess energy is very different than the masculine energy, and she is rising. The age of Aquarius is rising, and this information, this intuitive information, this belief in yourself and taking back your power, that it's all about that. That's what all of this is about. So we want you to notice external events and happenings that encourage us to face our fears. Now, at this point, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do a little bit of a reading with the cards about Spirit. What is it that is supporting, what will support us in diving deep into the goddess energy, the energy that is going to free us on levels that we didn't know that we were entrapped on. And now, wow, consider that you are trapped and that you're held hostage in a space and in a world and in a paradigm that you don't even know that you're held hostage in. Spirit, what would that be? Change. Change, baby, change. So what's going to support us is change. What's going to support us is courage. What's going to support us is looking at things and being open to change. And right now, with this full moon, we don't really have to do a whole lot. We just have to be willing to change. We just have to set the groundwork and be willing to accept that there's something new coming onto the planet, that there's something new coming into our consciousness, and that it's okay for us to look within. It's okay for us to go against what has been taught to us in terms of authority. It's okay for us to take our power back. That is what's going to support us. What is getting in our way, Spirit, as a collective? Marriage. So when I see the card marriage, I think partnerships of any form. So you can be in partnership with the government, where you're paying your taxes and you're voting and you're doing all of those things. Those are all partnerships, and you're in agreement with those things. You could be, oh, there's a spider on my water bottle. You could be in partnership with an intimate person, a partner. You could be in partnership with your family and your tribe. Those things, you're going to have to start to question, are these partnerships serving me? Are they as powerful as they could be? How could I improve upon those partnerships? What is it that I need to do? Do I need to completely leave them and create new partnerships, or do I just need to make adjustments? Where is it in the partnership that my wounding shows up, that my power is being leaked, that I am giving away my power? Where? And what is it that I could do differently, Spirit? And it says mature man. And when I think mature man, I think the maturity of the cycle that is closing. I think that the male energy that has been dominating our society for so long is coming to a close. It's a mature male energy, and it recognizes that everything has its time in the sun, and now it's time for it to, gracefully give in to the rise of the feminine energy,